What's up guys, this is Shauna and today let's talk about things you really need to know in an SPA. SPA, also known as Sales Purchase Agreement, a lot of people know how to sign only, like I used to lah. When I sign, then everybody will ask you to initial in every end of the page, right? So a lot of people don't really know what is inside. Today I'm going to take my very own Sales and Purchase Agreement. For this episode, let's cover a landed strata, because it's a very new term, so a lot of people may not know what's the do's and what's the don'ts. So let's go to item number 1. In the first page, right, so this is the actual stamping, right? So actual stamping, what you need to do is to actually check the stamping date. This will determine your RBGT. Like let's say a lot of people would ask like, hey, should I sell my property or not? Whether what year, how valid is this agreement? So if it's signed on 25th September 2013, right? Then my RPGT is calculated 5% because it's a residential property. Sometimes where some people reach like 4 years and 10 months, right? So for that 2 months, you can actually like wait for a little while, or you can discuss among buyer and seller, right? To actually waive for 5%, and 5% sometimes can be a lot. Number 2 would actually be the purchase price, right? So this is the purchase price that I've invested. I'm letting you guys know because I'm very transparent like that lah. So what this price is, right, is a lot of people now when you go for bulk deals in property investor club, they will buy things in bulk purchase, right? Then they give you 30-40% discount. It's from the sales and purchase agreement. Let's say this is 1 million, but they give you cashback 30%. So the sales and purchase agreement is 1 million. Why is this important? Your stamp duty, your RBGT, your MOT, right? Everything is calculated from the price stated in the agreement, not what you actually buy. Third of all would be the schedule of payment. This schedule of payment must be attached together with your agreement, and it looks like this, right? So what happens is once you sign this agreement, the bank will actually release 10%. Then after you finish the structural, it's like 15% because it's all stated here lah. But then it's like roofing 10%, then drain 5% until finish everything. Then you will need to, upon vacant possession, meaning when they call you like, hey, you can actually get the keys already, congratulations, you need to clear the final payment. Another 2.5 here is this, because this is the strata, right? 2.5% at the expiry of 24 months after the date of the purchaser takes vacant possession. So there's this final 2.5%, right, that actually we can hold upon the developer for not releasing it, because if it's not up to this contract, then you can actually hold it. So this is the difference between residential titled properties and commercial titled properties. If it's residential titled properties, all these payment schedules, right, are actually fixed by the government, which is the housing development authorities lah. Everything here is actually standard for new properties, but after you buy sub-sale properties, things inside can be changed, which is 90% similar lah, but that's why it's also good to read through. For commercial properties, it's going to be slightly different, because if you can buy commercial properties, the government thinks that you are matured enough to actually read through your own contracts. That's why sometimes it's not as fun as like 10%, 15% upon the construction of the building. Sometimes if you buy an office, right, once they finish the normal, which is they usually claim 10%, maybe in the agreement it's stated 40%. While you buy the property already, which is the office building, they build until maybe a little bit only, but then they already claim your bank for 40%. So in this 4 years or 3 years period, right, you will need to pay extra interest for that 40% that your bank has already released to the developer. So this will actually be the difference between commercial title and residential title. Next would be this, materials and workmanship to conform. There's this thing called the fourth schedule, and fourth schedules looks like this. Okay, so what fourth schedule means, right, is actually what they use for structure, right? Then what they use for wall, what they use for roofing, so metal roof and RC flat roof. Then like ceiling, let's say wall finishes, they will just put at the wet and dry kitchen is wall tiles. They don't put color, they don't put quality. So it's like floor finishes, floor tiles. Then master bedroom is laminated timber floor. For locks, right, if you can see, locks is quality lock set. So this is where it gets really tricky. That's why I said, like in the previous video about the uncle incident, right? Who are you and who actually says that this is against, meaning the house that you collect, right, is actually wall tiles, then they are correct. There's no like, oh, must be a certain grade of wall tiles, because like this will be like, takkan you put like 50 ringgit per square feet wall tiles. So developers has been in this industry for very, very long already, and this has been authorized and standardized by the local authorities. This is the only thing that you can hold against the developer. So if you want to quarrel with developer, right, it's only this agreement that actually represents your purchase. Like the expectation of what I expect of the developer is all stated here. Next, for strata titles, there will be this term called the restriction against change to color code. Stated here that when you purchase this property, right, you cannot change the color code of your property unless a written consent to the appropriate authority. That's the keyword lah. So it means that some of it can, because they are standard designs agreed upon in the joint management body formed between the developer and the group of owners. So they will say like, okay, we just standardize this kitchen design, or we just standardize this extension of the car porch. Then every unit will look the same, right? So that is what it means lah. This is my favorite clause because I kind of used this against the developer earlier lah. What is the definition of vacant possession? A lot of people will think that, developer can anytime call the buyers to come and collect the keys, right? Developers can then collect money mah. Actually, it's not. So what it happens is that the architect will need to go through all authorities to actually be certified. Then they will issue a certificate called Certificate of Completion and Compliance, CCC. Upon the receipt of that certificate, right, only the developer is authorized to call the owners, respective owners, right, to hey, congratulations, you can come and collect keys with it, so please settle the remaining of the payments. But for developments of strata, right, there's this thing called completion of common facilities. Common facilities are your swimming pool, your gym, your yoga mat, yoga area, your whatever deck, sunrise deck, sunset deck, whatever deck they call it lah. It needs to be completed at the same time with the building. So it cannot be like the building ready, then they call you to actually collect, right? But then your gym is not ready, your swimming pool is not ready, because here says that if it's not completed on time, liquidated damages to be calculated from day to day at 10% per annum per day of the purchase price. Meaning you can actually claim liquidated damages from the developer itself, but you need to prove it lah. So like for new buyers who is going to get their keys, right, snap a lot of photos. Of course, one of the more important things are the drawings. From a developer point of view, we will give as minimum information as possible. Like sometimes they start selling already, right, before the land is even cleared, right? It gives them allowance to do so. So for you, right, you must know like, okay, so this is the development, right? Where's my parcel? There, right? Then it must be signed off by the land surveyor as well as the architect. Meaning, if this drawing is fake, both of their license will kena gantung. There's this called position and area of the parcel clause. I'll just read, right? There shall be an adjustment of the purchase price for the difference in excess of 2% of the area as shown in the building plan. Right, so they'll give you the cost for per parcel also. What it means is, if you are actually buying a plot, let's say they'll tell you the land area is 40 by 80. In my case, it's actually 304 meters, right? So if it's 2%, which is like 6 meters, so if I get 290, meaning it's short, I can actually claim back that remaining 10 square meters at 646 per square meter. However, right, this don't really make sense, because when I get the keys, a person in the right mindset wouldn't get a land surveyor to actually measure the land, right? If not mistaken, this clause is also applied to your apartments as well. Sometimes they'll tell you are buying 890 square feet. Developers, when they, not by intention, but accidentally they build less, right? Then what happens is you also won't check lor. right? So like for aircon, right, a lot of people say like piping only. Sometimes it's not their dedicated sales staff, it's actually agents who just join in the first week or first month, right? They don't know their thing yet. So sometimes there will be misalignment of information. You can actually check back on like air conditioning, piping only without fittings. Last but not least is actually defect, liability, period. Okay, when the product you take, which is your property, is here spoil lah, here crack lah, the tile don't know what happened lah, right? The developer is supposed to make good, right, within 24 months, meaning within 24 months after I get the vacant possession. After 24 months, you cannot claim already. So within the 24 months, everything is supposed to be all the cost to be bared by the developer. Within the said period of 30 working days, if the defect is not rectified by the developer, the purchaser can actually deduct the cost from the 2.5% earlier that I say supposed to be for all this lah. Then if let's say the developer is not fixing it up to the standard as per agreed in this agreement, you can call your own guy. Must be a professional registered contractor lah, or plumber or electrician, must be registered lah. Only you can actually take the bill, go to the developer and claim for your damages. Right, I think that's all for this episode. Know your right, know what is expected, know what is your negotiation power. Comments section, they will say the tribunal will never cite purchaser, they will always cite developers. Why? Because developers go in accordance to this, they know this inside out. However, sadly, buyers where got know this kind of thing on, right? So I really hope that by watching this episode, then you actually go and read through the entire agreement just to be sure, and this will actually give more confidence to young buyers when you sign. If you really like this video, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao!